let me see what we can do here. I don't know what the audio quality is going to be like. Frankly, I don't care. I'm mainly doing this just because I want to give the game a go and see what they've done differently. As a bit of background, I remember when this came out, I was in a student television group. And I remember spending a whole weekend in the office with the computer set up in a completely blacked out room, essentially. Um, and I poo-pooed it when I first got it because everyone's talking this game up, and I'm one of those people that's like, if everyone's talking about it, it mustn't be good. Um, but I was hooked after the first dungeon going through. I remember I shot an arrow at a goblin that was charging at me on the top of the stairs, and it leapt in midair, and I shot an arrow at it but missed, but it's crashed its face into a concrete low ceiling and died from the impact, and then fell down and rolled past me. And that's sort of the first time that we had that kind of physics interaction in a role playing game from what I saw, and I thought that was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. And I remember everyone that I'm seeing now is talking about how shit the archery was, but I remember rolling an archer champion that was a stealth guy that would run around, and I become like the champion, the gladiator. But I was an archer build, and I was just running around as this tanky dude in Roman looking armor, shooting bows. And I remember I played through the main quest line as well as an archer. It was really weird. But anyway, afterwards I actually found the Brotherhood storyline, and I went through that, and I thought, like, how is this the same game? Like, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing is completely different. And then there was the Thieves line and all these other lines where the gameplay just changed depending on what you wanted to do. And I thought that was really, revolutionary at the time. Now, from my hobby dev stuff, looking at, the not aura or whatever it's called, but the AI in this game. Yeah, it's janky as hell, but the ideas behind it, where they've got like sort of along the lines of like a GOP system, but they've got their own daily lives and they interact with each other, and it's a lot of what I'm looking to build, but at the scale that they're actually promising, not the scale that they delivered. So let's have a look. I'm just trying to load up the game. This is the first time running it, so obviously we're sitting there churning through. I'm on a 1080 Ti, so I don't know how it's going to go. All right, looks like we got some music now. I'm going to turn it down on the stream because you might not be able to hear me talk, and I just want to talk to myself while I'm watching this. No one's actually going to watch my stream. I don't give a shit. Like I said, I'm just doing this for my own sake. So if I can just refresh here, make sure that I am actually streaming. It says unstable, but that's fine. We go settings, quality. Yeah, cool. 720p is apparently what I'm doing the res at, but it doesn't matter. All right. Turn it down so it's barely visible. That'll do. Subtle visibility, sound and text, master volume. Just going to turn that down a little bit. Stereo, text size, maybe whatever. Toggle vibration. Well, I don't have the controller plugged in. No, I don't. Okay. So I don't know how else to do that. Difficulty level, adept. There's difficulty levels? How does that... I don't remember there being a difficulty. I thought it just scaled. Maybe that's one of the things that they've changed. I don't recall there being a difficulty level. Yeah, I don't know. See, because a lot of people... The combat was really interesting because it was a roll to hit system, essentially, where you could swing, but you might not actually register damage or register a hit. I can't recall what the actual mechanics behind it were specifically, but I do know that the way they handled damage, because I actually modeled my dice roll system very similar to the damage mechanics in Oblivion, with the way that it ties in the skills into your roll. Now this one uses like a multiplier with a basic thing, whereas mine is a dice rolling thing. So it's you roll an amount of dice, and the amount of dice is affected by the amount of your skills, like the multiplier of the skills, but with several factors. And this does something similar as a multiplier of the skills. So your bow skill but then also the arrow that you're using and the bow that you're using also feed into that. So there's like a few different factors that go into it. Anyway, so I'm going to continue on Adept. Yeah, it was interesting, but basically the way that plays out when you're in a first-person thing is that you're swinging and you should be connecting, but it doesn't look like as though you're doing any actual damage. I remember a lot of people had found that quite annoying, but I find it better as in the role-playing sense. Like, yes, I do like to connect with the hit, but if all I'm doing is just a set amount of damage each time based on the multiplier, there needs to be some sort of variance and some sort of way to do that. And if I'm just swinging and this guy is blocking because he's the blocking guy, it's like it's just, yeah, I don't want to go down that way of action or RPG. Anyway, let's just accept this. Oh, you know what? I totally read through all of that really quick. ZeniMax, thank you. Oh, I can get the deluxe upgrade. So I'm playing this with the Game Pass because I'm not going to pay a huge amount of money. I just want to see what they've actually done to it. I mean, this is all shiny and everything, but it's, I believe it's UE5 or a form of UE5, but you know, I've got misgivings. Misgivings is another word. Anyway, I don't know. UE5, not, you know, not my favourite. Autosave on fast travel, autosave on race. Yeah, we'll just leave the autosaves as they are. It doesn't really bother me. Blood splatter, audio, display, borderless. Game is not running on an SSD. I'm pretty sure all my drives were SSDs, but yeah, I'll probably put it on the massive terabyte one. VSync. You know what? Let's keep matching refresh rate. Yep, frame limit. I'm actually going to pop that down to 60 because again, I'm running a 1080 and I don't know what they've got. So show FPS 60. What if I pump that up and just go uncapped? What are we? Oh, it's because I've got VSync on. If I turn that off, I mean, we're in a menu and it's, you know, it's still what it's doing. All right, I'm just gonna put it at 60. VRAM. No, all right, cool. FOV first and third. Motion blur off. Yes, thank you. Screen space reflections. I'm gonna leave that on and try that out, but I might turn that off later because I think that causes a lot of the issue of why I don't like the way UE5 looks, because there's a very specific effect that happens in a lot of Unreal games, and it's not just 5. I think it's 4 onwards, but there's like this weird, like, you know, you've got an object, and when there's something else in the background, like usually foliage or some other shader item, you get this dithering effect. There's a very small blurred dither around an object, and it just looks so fucking weird, and it stands out to me, and I hate it. But anyway, distance quality high, effects quality high. We'll leave all that for now. I don't want to Lumen hardware. Oh, ray tracing. Well, I don't have ray tracing, so that'll be off. Ray tracing quality. Here we go. So we got DLSS that requires a GeForce RTX. Frame generation, yep, 40 series, which I don't have. Off. We don't want any upscaling. Let's just leave it as is. Anti-aliasing, temporal. I'm going to put that off because I don't like it. And a little cost of frame rate, input latency. I think it's fine. I don't need that. Settings. Yeah, no, we don't need the gamepad. That's fine. So I'm going to F to apply changes, and then we're not switching between. Is that actually, yeah, good. Okay, so that's working. All right, let's give it a go anyway. I'm going to start a new game. I'm going to spend so much time in the character creator for literally me just doing a test. It's silly, but
for 65 years,
it looks a little bit more like Patrick Stewart, I guess. Well, like Sean Bean, actually.
Years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams.
Some cross between the two. It's weird.
The gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. Behold, in darkness, a doom sweeps the land.
So, I mean, this is all good. Everything's like, you know, new and fancy. Now, I'm going through this phase at the moment where I'm really missing the Xbox 360 days. Not that I was big in the 360 when it first came out, but I certainly got into it before the 2010s. But there was this, I call it like the 360 era filtering effect, where there was high bloom, there was a weird colour grading over a lot of things. Like they used a lot of there was greys and greens in this, I remember, and then it was very similar of like a washed out grey in the Gears of War games and stuff like that. But it's just, you could play something and you go, yeah, this is the next gen, right? And it all looked the same like that. But it was unique to the era, and it's like I want to try and recapture that now, but with, you know, Unity and UE5 trying to push the HD graphics and that now. Unity not so much, but UE5 definitely. It's sort of, you miss out on a lot of that, and you have to do funny techniques in order to try and recapture that kind of image quality. But I do like the aesthetic of it. Whereas this is now, obviously, you're looking at this and it's far more UE and modern era quality with this kind of cinematic visuals, which would have been in the first one. When they're doing the cinematics, they tried their best, but the in-game stuff's different, and that's what I really want to see, how it actually looks in that regard. So give it a go. So it's just the loading, and so they're not doing that draw effect like the edge detected sketch. I guess they're kind of doing it by having sketches, but actual pre-done sketches. Oh, here we go. Is it Wings of something? The YouTuber that does the audio stuff, where he shows that they're like playing audio recordings instead of live singing or whatever. Wings of something. Oh, I'd have to look it up. But anyway, that's just what I got. So we can have a Breton, we can have the Argonian, the Dork Elf. Sick haircut, bro. We can have the High Elves, the Imperials in the city, the Khajiit invading the city. You got Nords, Orcs, Redguards, and Wood Elves. You know, Dark Elf are usually the ones that I play if I was going for like a sneaky thing. Bow and destruction magic, resistance to fire, summon ancestral ghost, which isn't bad. Otherwise, Breton for magic, skilled at summoning and healing magic. I mean, what do I want to play through? I want to play a warrior, I suppose. So either an imperial, but I'm not like a heavy warrior. It's like I want to be the more agile thing. Actually, you know, I kind of like the look of this character more than the Breton, as far as the default sort of face stuff goes. Like, I think this looks more like an adventurer. Reminds me, like, I like that build. Gonna save that face and just chuck it on the Breton. So yeah, I also like to sometimes play like a necromancer, and I think I can do that in this game. Pretty sure I can. So yeah, I'm just going to experiment with a bunch of different things because I don't really know what build. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm talking about. Have a look. If I hope that this is actually coming across in the stream. I'm going to bring it up. So yeah, you can see. All right. So this is what I hate. I don't know if it's just something to do with the way my 1080 Ti works or the 10 series does it, but you can see that there's this very, very distinct dithering effect for hair. So there's certain shaders that they do that have this effect, and now it's like you can see the outline, it's completely dithered. And yeah, this is showing up in the video, so you can actually see it. I've had this with all, because obviously I had this 1080 Ti for like the past, since like 2017, so I've had it for many years. So every game that I've played has had this, and I don't know if it's just something to do with my card, but you can see even shadow effects here are a little bit rough, and you can sort of see, I think if we get a proper background, you can see that around the edges it's doing that. So I'll leave that for now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the settings with the anti-aliasing and all that sort of stuff, and see what kind of effects we get with that. Anyway, what are we talking about? All right, as a child you were spending time on the docks or one of the islands, gaining some money by merchants. No, don't care about that. Raised in the homeland, the great cities of Provence made you quick on your feet. All right, yeah, cool. All right. Oh, we can actually change, the body type 1, it'd be a girl. Oh gosh, it's a bit brutish. This dude just looks like a douche, but I'm just going to go old anyway. No, that's too old. Let's go, no, that's also too old. What the hell, man? Not that bad. All right, we'll go with that. That looks fine. Complexion, a little bit there. Let's go to the head. There's no, I can't pick someone else's default head. I'm going to have to actually build it. do like to have some jowls, but I don't have it necessarily on my face. Oh God, he looks like a douchebag though. How do I fix that? I'm gonna spend way too long doing this for like I don't know how long I'm gonna play the game. Whether I'm just gonna have to play through tonight and then uninstall it. But like, I don't know if I'm enjoying it. I'll give it a full go. Eyes. I can't remember what kind of eye colour I've got. Is that it? Is that more like it is? We went full red. Oh Jesus, no. Right, let's just go with that. That'll do. Skin. Don't have anything. No makeup. Lipstick colour is just fucking none. Can I? Oh, good. Yeah, you can. Oh no, I want it darker. Oh, does it have to look like he's wearing makeup? Dude, what is with that? Alright. Nose. Bridge. No, how do I get it so it's not so fucking angled weird? There we go. That's what I want to get rid of. I don't think I'm going to be able to get my face that I want, but let's change the hair at least. Let's get something a bit different. It's not like the other guy that we had. It looks like more like a douchebag. Actually, they all look like a bit of a douchebag, but it just can't be helped. Guy's just got that kind of face. Yeah, that'll have to do. Facial hair. Let's not make any comment about that. Moustache. Can't have the good old mutton chops one. Alright, let's go with that. Colour. Here we go. Gradient contrast. Gradient amount. Salt and pepper. Hair root colour. Not grey. Head tip colour. Somewhat less grey. Just salt and pepper then. Yeah, cool. That'll have to do. Mustache though. Change that to something a bit more fitting. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's all there. Beard. Can just be. Alright, let's go with that. It's the desired beard, not necessarily the beard that I have. Where are my cheeks again? Let's go a bit more. Yeah, alright, that'll do. Alright, overview. There we go. Name. Fine grasp of spellcraft. Skilled at summoning and healing magic. Resistance to magic, increased speed. Yep. Like, what is that? I don't know. Weird design choice because obviously you didn't have. I don't recall having that sort of thing of like the races and that like pre-drawn caricatures or whatever. But that's just. It's a different art style. It's I don't know how fitting it is to the old thing. I suppose the only other real imagery I remember seeing would be the thief thing, the fox thief or whatever, the grey fox. Anyway, let's continue. Do you want to select the race Britain? Yes, I would. Aha, you got the physics on these things, you can punch them.
Pale skin, snotty expression. You're a Breton. The masters of magic,
Do I
right?
put my...
nothing but a bunch of
Hands
stuck-up
away.
snobs with cheap.
Used to be R, but now R seems to be a shortcut button.
Go ahead. Try your magic in here. Let's see you make those bars disappear. No? What's the matter? Not so powerful now, are you, Breton? You're not
You wanna have a
leaving
go,
this
mate?
prison till they throw your body in the lake. Oh, that's right. You're going to die in here, Breton. You're going to die. Hey, you hear that? The guards are coming. For you.
Forrest, lock that door behind us.
Yes, sir. My sons. They're dead, aren't they?
Yes.
Know that, sire. The messenger only said they were attacked.
No, they're dead. I know it.
All right,
What's
take it
this
easy,
prisoner
mate.
doing here? This cell is supposed to be off limits.
Usual mix-up with the watch.
Never mind. Get that gate open. Stand back, prisoner. We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
No, I'm sitting down,
Stand
mate.
aside. Over by the window. Stay out of the way and you won't get hurt.
All right, mate.
Prisoner, stand away from the door. Over by the window now.
I am.
No sign
What-
of pursuit, sir.
What do
Stay
you want?
put, prisoner.
Good. Let's go. We're not out of this yet.
You.
It's obviously
I've
higher
seen
detailed
you.
characters, sure.
Let me see your face. You are the
And
one
the
from
dithering.
my dreams. Then the
Dithering.
stars were right.
It's, what am I even looking at there? Is that fur or is it just
Gods
dither?
give me strength. Assassins
What's
attack
going
my
on, sir?
sons, and I am next. My blade
Why are you telling me this?
City along a secret escape route. By chance, the entrance to
You're an emperor. You don't.
perhaps
Why am
the
I in
gods
jail?
have placed you. As for what you have, that is not. I am your emperor, Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods,
Yeah,
I
I've had that
serve
before.
Tamriel as her
Had
ruler.
to take some
You are a
antibiotics.
citizen of Tamriel, and you too shall serve her in your own way.
Yeah, okay, mate.
You will
What should I
find
do?
your own path. Take care.
Please, sire, we must keep moving.
What are you looking at? You having a go, mate? What are you
Better
looking
not
at?
close this one. There's no way to open it from the other side.
It wasn't me.
Don't try anything. I'm
Looks like
watching.
this is your lucky day. Just stay out of our way.
They know that I'm here. So look, I mean, obviously, far greater fidelity graphics, which I'm not actually that complaining about. Like, I do like the old aesthetic with the bloom effect and that on the other one. Oh, so hang on, how do we switch to third person? Let's have a look. Controls. Sprint or gallop. Sheath is F. Okay, so we press F to put that away. Change view, middle mouse button. Alright, so we're in the light. We can see we've got that dither effect when we get up real close. So let's fiddle with some of our settings. Motion blur, screen space is on. Where was it? What were we looking at? Post processing. Down, anti-aliasing. Let's go FXAA. Upscaling we're going to leave off because we don't need that. Going to apply the fringes. So that doesn't really do anything for it. So it's. When we move around there, let's go to first person. Yeah, it just looks like shit. Let's go have a look at what else we can do. FXAA, so there's temporal anti-aliasing. Has that helped the effect? So no, it's kind of, it's hard to say. All right, so yes, so in this respect, it kind of has. It makes it far less present. But if you have a look when I move here, bang, that's when I'm getting that dithering effect. So it's the temporal anti-aliasing that's actually causing that effect, and it's very, it's. I think this is what they're talking about with Unreal Engine, is that they rely on that sort of stuff to smooth out for a lot of the optimization. So it's you're going down a path where you use the anti-aliasing to achieve the cool effect, but it comes at a cost of these little glitch things. So let's actually put it on TSR. So temporal super resolution. Just apply, make sure that's done. So that's hasn't really helped because it's more pronounced now on the outside, but it has at least helped the wider bits. I'm going to leave this on and I'm going to look at the Emperor's outfit because that was like the whole thing looked shonky.
Close up left. Protect the Emperor.
Oh shit.
Protect yourself.
Okay, well that no, it hasn't really done it there. It's still a little bit blurry. That's all it's really done. Don't want to rope.
She's dead. Sorry. Sire.
How could they be waiting for us here?
Don't know, but it's too late to go back now.
Because I mean, why wouldn't you, mate? It does 2 points.
Don't
That's
worry,
fucking
Sire.
baller.
We will get you out of here.
They won't be the first to underestimate the blades. I'll take point. Let's move.
You stay here, prisoner.
You stay here, mate. Don't you come near us, mate. Alright, so let's turn off the anti-aliasing. Let's go FX.
Don't try to follow.
There's trouble.
So, okay, so you can see the FX certainly doesn't help it. And let's go TAA. Apply those settings. Well, that didn't help that they were actually literally dithering. Oh, shit. You bastard. What just... Okay. Rats. You've collected rat meat. Ooh, potion of sorcery. Yes, please. Alright, so I have magic, dragon skin, clairvoyance. What does clairvoyance do again? I can't remember. Yeah. Heal minor wounds at least. It's kind of nice. Dragon skin, shield on self. Immune to silence, can only be used once a day. Alright. Fair enough. Ooh. I mean, look, I'm not going to lie, that looks pretty. I do like the sort of dank environment, the very basic graphical features of like the original, but the detail in this is certainly of a higher quality, which is interesting and nice, like done in a nice way. Don't need a war axe. I'm just going to keep the katana for now. Oh, not detected. Oh, crikey. Where's he gone? Right, Pete. I resent that. Yeah, pretty cool. And yeah, like this was well done. So leather shield, we got a dagger, we got a sack with healing lockpicks. That's what we want. Rusty iron bow and a leather shield. Let's search our skeleton. We got even more stuff. Yep, taken all of that. Taken that. Take the dagger. Don't need the torch. Alright. Lockpick. You can try and pick most locks. To move the lockpick from slot to slot, press A to D. Press W to move, or your mouse up to move the pick upward in a tumbler. When the tumbler reaches the top of the block, you hear a metallic sound. Press space to secure it. Gold and a sapphire. Alright. Let's start equipping our gear. So we want to go rusty iron bow and iron arrow. We'll keep the other stuff for later. Leather boots, leather cuirass. This we are going to drop, and we don't need the wrist irons. How do we show shortcuts? There we go. All right, let's put that in. One. Let's go. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. All right, excellent. So that's cool. It's got that little thing. Let's switch to our third person and have a look at our character now. Yeah, quite nice. I'm going to turn off the anti-aliasing stuff because, again, I don't like it. Temporal stuff just gives me that motion blur and I don't like it. But you can see now that, yeah, okay, so my without that stuff on, that's when I get that dithering effect on a lot of things from like shadow and all that sort of stuff. So, all right, that solves that for me. That's good to know. It's actually very nice detail in the armor. That looks really good. I mean, like, I love the old graphics and everything, and like, it doesn't matter that it's of today's standard. It's not great, but like, that is a very, very pretty picture, even with the dithering effect, and like just the leather detailing looks quite nice in that light. Anyway, let us continue on. Dead shaman, chameleon. Didn't give us a staff though, but can't complain, I suppose. Sure, is there other stuff around here? There probably was. Actually, isn't there like a secret in the wall? And it has like a little coin purse or something. Oh, we got a barrel. Oh, iron arrow. Yep, take more of those. Lockpick. Don't need the daggers. Skeleton we already looted. Alright. Oh, look at that. Didn't even need the lockpick it. Oh, okay. No, that's meant. I was just like, what the hell's going on with that? Like, there's a weird dither all over the screen, but I'm looking through my character's head, that's why. Cast it by pressing C. Clairvoyance can guide you to the next step of your journey. Is that overly necessary? Like, whoops. Alright, so I've got to aim up a little bit. Get wrecked. Fatigue is low. What? What is my... Whoops. That's not what I wanted to cast. That was the clairvoyance then. Make sure opponents don't deplete your fatigue or you'll be staggered or knocked down. Surely my character is not that bad. Fatigue 173, strength, endurance 30. Alright, yeah, alright. Fast your mood, maximum health, personality, willpower, maximum fatigue, and regeneration of magic. Alright. Getting a lot of this stuff. Okay, so we don't need it. What is my encumbrance anyway? 62 or 150. Alright, yeah, we're doing alright. That's the door we come in. Any traps here? Usually when you're going down a path, it's because there's a trap that they're trying to hide. Oh, no you don't. No you don't. Or you. Someone's spotted me. Oh, the zombies. I forgot about those. We should put all my things on the hotbar, shall we not? Iron arrow. Malt flesh. Now, I don't recall damage fatigue. Alright, let's take that. Bone, I don't know if we can turn into bone meal, but we've got the flesh. Alright, so what I want to do, let's put our thing on our thing. Let's go here. Nice. That's how we do it. Yeah, cool. Alright, so now we can pull that out. Actually, let's also put our shield on there. Why not? Cool. So 3, 4, and then I suppose we'll have to put our bow on it, won't we? So I can switch back. Let's go 5, rusty iron bow. Can you give me back my arrows? But we waste not in this family. I mean, that looks very pretty. that shining on there is very, very well done. That shot alone looks fantastic. Well done. Okay, so they're definitely using the old methods. What I did then is just rapidly tapped the W key, because the way sneak works is that there's like a factor of get out of it, mate. When you first press the button versus how far you walk, the skill gain drops down faster. So in order to make a bunch of skill for over like 3 seconds, you just rapidly tap the W key. In fact, you can see that there is someone around here, so I am actually gaining skill by doing this. Oh. Shazbot. Right, so now we need to go 3, 4. Now we got shield. So our shield increased. Oh, now we can go back to 5. We can also tap to get more stealth. Oh, someone spotted me. Another rat. How did he know that I shot his friend? It wasn't me, it was someone else. Become a rat chef. Lockpick, sorcery. I haven't casted any actual spells yet, but okay. How do we cast spells? Hang on, what's the... It's not right click. What am I pressing? Too many buttons. Direct grab, cast spell C. But I did that and it gave me clairvoyance, didn't it? Or did it not? No, it was actually healing me. Alright. So I've got to equip the clairvoyance and then... Okay, alright, that makes more sense. Nothing fancy about that, but the way it casts the light is well done. Alright, now we're up here. Do zombies spawn in here? I can't remember. They crawl out of the ground or something equally cool. Oh, there's definitely something around that. Yeah, sneak. That's where it's at. Nothing fancy about that. I mean, look at that. It's pretty average. Rusty iron helmet. I'm going to take the tomato because rat meat with tomato. Mwah, perfection. Rusty iron shield. Oh, I'm going to stick a little... Oh, hang on. Someone spotted me. Who is it? Who? Oh, it's another rat. Oh, right. Let's go 3, 4. Said 4. Right, 5. Something else is moving around. Don't need you, don't need you. What else are we missing here? Anything? Cheese. Cheese, tomato, lettuce, and rat. It's a whopper, I think. Right in his face. No, apparently not right in the face. Alright, cool. Oh, hang on, so I can leave the shield equipped. Alright. Yeah, cool. Alright, I'm learning. It's alright. just like it does the automatic switching? Alright, cool. So I've been pressing the button when I don't need to. Cool. Good to know. Pretty sure the katana gets taken off me when I leave here because the guy's like, thank you for recovering the captain's katana. Yoink. Again, it all looks pretty, and it's prettier than the original, which was very washed out. But again, that was just the 360 era. That's how games looked. It was cool back then. I'm going to take all those ales because they're worth 5 coins each. Oh, there's firelight up ahead. I mean, that's pretty cool. That effect is good. You've got a little bit of fog, mist, you've got the light pulsating. Hello. Come off it, mate. I'm good at doing that, you know. Yeah, again, like that's pretty cool for dungeon delving. Like you want those sorts of things. So that's okay. All right. Let's try the other thing that I wanted to look at and go. Sorry, display. Off. F. Didn't really seem to do much. Let's go and stand in the light a bit. See what it's like when we're out on open water. I will play with it then. I think that will have more of an effect. I've gained 3 levels, have I not, like, gone up? Or is it 3 different skills that I've got to do? Then again, marksman's gone up, so that's not bad. Another skeleton. And who lit these fires enough that they've stayed lit? Because, I mean, that stuff would burn, like, unless the wood here just burns forever, because this guy's long since dead. So it's not like he lit the campfire. I suppose goblins, but, like, why did they leave it untended? Gamblet. Never know when you're going to need alchemical parts. Some kind of witcher over here. Wisp stalks. You can shortcut items and spells. I know, I did that just before. Got stuck there. Stinkhorn. Natural caverns. Alright. Oh, I've got a spammer on my thing. Cool. How do I get rid of that? Click to reply. I'm just not going to. Classic. Folded cloth. I'll take that. Maybe I can make something with it. Cheese wheel. 6 of them. All of the wheels. Where there's a wheel, there's a cheese way. Hey. Oh, he knows where I am now. Excuse me. Get wrecked. Oh, sneak makes much less noise. Duh. move the body? Oh, you can. Nice. Yeah, so that's good. So they were sticking with like the original design, which makes them horrible little creatures. These are skeeves. Ooh, so I can create potions. Right on. Ta-da! Alright, so we go damage fatigue. And then we go wisp stalk. How do I escape? Right. I want to build a new one. Alright, so Stinkhorn, damage health, damage fatigue, damage fatigue on self. No, I mean, I suppose I could put that on things. No, I want to make a poison, bro. Yeah, I'm not eating that. Just auto attempt for some reason. It didn't want to work, so okay. Come on, run at me. Run at me and trigger the trap. Oh, I missed him. That was good in theory. I should have actually just maybe triggered the trap myself and then seen it flow at him, but it probably wouldn't have worked that way. Still, the traps, that was the cool thing in this game, that it's like, yeah, there's now actual damage from the environment. Very cool. That was something that blew my mind when I first delved into the thing. It's like, yeah, you can use traps in the environment to kill things, as opposed to, oh, this is my stats are boosted. It's like, no, find an alternative way of achieving the goal. One gold. Have I got a rusty iron dagger? Is that what I've got? Yeah, rusty. Alright, so let's drop that. Take the iron dagger. Not that we're really using it, but in case we need to make some ritual sacrifice. Oh yeah, apples. Alright. Get wrecked. Environmental damage. Rusty iron mace. Maybe we should get good with the mace, but I'll get a proper mace if I do that. Take all. Take all. Why did it look like there was a way there? Anyway, I already know this area, like I know what's coming, but oops, sneak increased again. So this is cool because I remember looking out on this thing first and it was very similar, but they've given it that real sort of eerie look with a bit more of the smoke and the light work in this, which is good. So the lighting effects are very on point. I'll give them that. Oh, he's gone berserk. He had an iron war axe. Leather shield. Cool. Right in his face. Does he know where I am? He does. That is useless to him, for he knows nothing. The rats in the pen? Are they the ones that can see me? Oh no, it's the goblin shaman. No, it's not a shaman, it's just a regular goblin. Okay, let's get a sneak going. Yeah, boy. There they are. Don't need that many of them. That was cool, the way that it spiraled there. I don't know. I mean, the physics in the... Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Sneak attack. Sneak attack. I'm just going to use that one. I'm going to spam. Yeah. Thank you, little ratty. To think of it, that was oh, okay. I thought the shaman was in here. I was wondering why I hadn't been spotted. No, alright. Oh, I keep unequipping the shield because I'm pushing the wrong bloody button. It's a witch this time. Power attack. Soul gems. Just let your soul glow. Shaman staff. Now we are playing with magic. The jaw moves. Okay, that's pretty cool. Just trying to think of what a comedy routine with a thing. It's cold out today. How cold is it? How cold? Oh, I can't do it. Anyway, yeah, whatever. You guys get the joke. No one's watching. Who cares? Very easy. Repair hammers. Yeah. Go to inventory to activate the repairs. Don't know if I need to repair anything as far as I'm aware. Not yet. Let's have a look. What's my race doing? Durability 96, 92. Yeah, not bad. This one's got some charge to it. Iron longsword. Ooh, let's get him. Again, beer to sell. I'll lay off the rat meat for now. I've already got on enough, I think. Did I check the barrel over here? I don't think I did. Nothing on the ground. Oh. This goblin. Yep. Alright. Let's go. They used to be noise makers as like part of the traps, but I don't know if that carried over. Spotted for a second there and then wasn't. Okay. And here we are preparing to exit to New realm. Oh,
For the blades and the Emperor! Damn it, it's that prisoner again. Kill him. He might be working with the assassins.
you what, mate?
No, he is not one of them. He can help us. He must help us.
What?
As you wish, sire.
Take it
They
you want to
cannot
talk to me?
understand why I trust you. They've not seen what I've seen. How can I explain?
It's an interesting detail to the
We know
face.
the
Like, it does add a
how
lot
they
to.
guide our fates with an invisible hand.
They've done really well with the animations. I wonder whether that carries through to a lot of the other characters, though.
I
And on good
serve
terms
divine
with the
all my
gods.
days, and I chart my course. The skies
We all
are
know what
marked
he
with-
says.
I know these stars well, and I wonder which sign marked your birth.
Oh shit, I'm gonna choose this. Alright. Agility, speed, and luck. That would be good. The mage, increased amount of magicka. Usually, pretty sure I usually go the thief. Weakness to magic, increased amount, but weakness. Or moon shadow grants invisibility for 60 seconds once per day. Once per day is not enough for me. Eyes born under the sign of the ritual can heal themselves and make the undead flee. Ooh. Atronach, yeah, fortified magicka, spell absorption, but cannot regenerate. Otherwise, the tower opens locks. Remember that was another good one. The Lord, the Lady. Lover's Kiss, paralyze the targets, also not bad. Serpent Spell, it's like also cures poison. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the fortify speed. Is that? That's just in general, isn't it? Like it just, or do I actually have to cast that ability? I can't recall. We'll go with that anyway.
The signs I read show the end of my path.
Yes, you're going to die. I know this.
Your stars are not no trophy. Men up in this to face my apportioned fate, then fall. My dreams
Can you see
grant
my
me
feet?
no opinions of success, but in your with such hope, I go. You shall.
Follow me for as long as you can. Didn't they used to give a book as well? A Mythic Dawn book. Are we continuing on? Yes. Oh, needs a key.
You may as well make yourself useful here. Stick close and let us do our job. You'll be all right.
What I wanted to do was screen space. Reflections on. Confirm. I mean, does it look better? I'll go outside, we'll see. I think that's probably a better way to do it.
This one's mine. Protect the Emperor.
We're not going to. Get away, Emperor. Let your dudes deal with it. What the fuck?
For the Emperor.
That's not smart.
No, well, it wasn't intentional either. Don't get in the way of my shot, mate.
Take them down. Prisoner, the Emperor needs help.
I'm here. I could actually hit the dude, it might help. Go back to my bow, maybe. Yeah, a bit more luck with that.
Hold up. I don't
Got
like this.
99
Let me take a
arrows
look.
plus a 1.
goes through to the sewers.
It ain't clear, homie. Damn it, locked.
The gate is barred from the other side. A trap!
What about that side passage back there?
Worth a try. Let's go.
Now you're gonna want to talk to me here.
It's a dead end. What's your call, sir?
They're behind us. Wait here, sire.
Wait here with the Emperor. Guard him with your life.
Who you talking to?
For the Emperor!
That's the best you
For
can
the
do.
blades and the Emperor!
Come with us. Your destiny is bound up with...
This one's mine. Take
I
that.
can go no further. You alone must stand. Take the app. Find it.
I'm stuck. I can't.
Stranger,
Well, that was eventful.
chose a bad day to take up with the calls of the sect.
Oblivion take you!
Okay, he's actually a bit more built than I am.
The Amulet of Kings.
No. Talos save. We failed. I failed. The amulet. Where's the Amulet of Kings? Strange. They say it's the dragon blood that flows through the veins
Okay.
of every septum.
If you were the guards and this random stranger comes up and the emperor gave it to me,
Most people think of the red
you'd be
dragon
all like,
crown,
did he
but
now?
that's just jewelry.
Did he, mate?
The amulet
Hand it
is
over, or I will
only a
shiv
true
you,
heir of the blood
like
from
right
whence
here,
it
right now. No one will care.
to you for a reason.
You need to give this to me now. Like, it makes no sense that he's like, you know what? The emperor did trust you. Oh, I trust you too now.
Nothing. Although
But then again, it's not in the script.
first, it's a secret here. There are rats and goblins down there. But from
You're an experienced assassin, are you? Yes. So speed, intelligence, stealth, major skills, acrobatics, alchemy, blade, light armor, marksman, security, and sneak. Acrobat, teeth, acrobats, light armor, marksman. Who did say this one has marksman, didn't it? Yeah. Agent, sneak, speechcraft, illusion. Or an illusion. Mage, sorcerer, battle mage, spell sword, nightblade, acrobatics, alteration, destruction, light armor, restoration. Because it was summoning magic that I had, wasn't it? What's this? Witch hunter, alchemy, athletics, conjuration, destruction, marksman, mysticism, security. Is this new? I don't remember that one. I don't remember it being a witch hunter, but conjuration, destruction, athletics. It's only missing sneak. But I'm going to put my sneak up anyway. I don't need it to be my masterful class. Alright, let's go Witch Hunter. That sounds cool. Oh, custom class. Here we go. Stealth. Attributes. We want intelligence, agility. Something increases maximum speed, reduces how quickly you regenerate. Yep. And then intelligence, maximum magicka, regenerate. More. Do we want to go willpower, agility? Oh, okay. Alright. Generate magicka. Alright, let's go with that. Combat. We want athletics. Oh, that's combat. Okay, yep. We want conjuration, destruction, absorb magic, reflect, dispel, move objects, sense life, reveal past, and bind souls. Well, we want that. Walk on water, breathe or walk on water, open locks, alteration, conjuration, yeah, summon creatures. Yeah, that's what we want. Restoration, I don't really care. Illusion is cool, but it's not what we're after. We need acrobatics, marksman, snake. Do I want to change any of these? Did we double up on acrobatics? Oh, athletics. That's why. Okay. How quickly you can run, and then acrobatics, jump higher and withstand falls. Let's get that out of there. Let's go open locked doors, speechcraft, light armor, or security. Locked doors. Let's go with that. All right. Overview. I'm an adventurer. Balls out, master of stuff. Thank you. I will choose the balls out master of stuff. Yes.
I wasn't far off. In any case, rats and goblins won't give you any trouble. You must get the Good.
Yeah, sure. I understand.
I'll stay. By the way,
Oh, he took the damn sword, didn't you? You bastard.
leave the Emperor in peace.
He's already in one piece. Alright, so steel short sword or iron long sword. Both of them do the same amount of damage, but I think short sword was actually what I chose, wasn't it? So we go 3, steel short sword. Peace. Don't do that. Wait, hang on. Can I go pick the other body? Oh, my athletics went up. Nice. All he had was a little bit of that. Where's the other sword? Give me his sword. Or did he lose that one too? Horus. Alright, we're almost out of the intro sewers, and it's only been like a time. Jesus. Yeah, 11 o'clock. Hang on, let's get on. Who's getting me messages? Alright. Now, ooh, you know what? This looks nice. It's like screen space reflections, doing that very speckly shininess. Let's give that one a quick look. Off. F. Y. No. Alright, cool. It's all wet and glistening, but not glistening. Cockroaches, nice touch. Yeah, there's going to be crabs and all sorts of things out here. You did not know. Oh, I've been spotted. Was it by a crab? It was by a crab, wasn't it? Oh, no. Jesus. Give me back an arrow. Oh, didn't like that. Yeah, right, come on then. I'll stick ya. Oh, I won't. Shit, poor bastard. That did not go well for him. He was just a dude. Was there something to loot in? Oh, okay. There's another one. I suppose I could have seen that had I paid attention to the map. stop admiring the scenery and get ourselves out of here. Bro, how do you not see me? You can see it up ahead. Skyrim. Triggered. This gate is sealed. Sealed. Yeah, I mean, visually that's a cool effect. Like, it could be better, but again, graphic settings and whatnot. Like, I'm sure if you did ray tracing on this, it would look even better. But like, that's, you know, like the over saturation of the light and everything. It's just it gives that really cool effect of an actual tunnel with light in it. Edit. I didn't need a class. No. You know what? Oh no, I can't. Okay, whatever. I don't need to save. I don't need to go back and change my character. I know who I am. Aye. Loading times take about as long as it used to on the computers at the time when it was out there. I can tell you that much. Is what it is, man. What the hell? Oh, look at the beauty. That's wow. Can't see shit. And what I can see is shit. Alright. Have we properly loaded? Oh, look at that vignette that just snapped in. Alright, give me a sec. Let's have a look at what's going on there. Motion blurs off, field of view, screen space. Okay, the yellow's turned on now, but we're outside. F, apply, let's have a look. So now we're getting that same sort of dithering effect on the reflection stuff, because it's... And yeah, it's a bit funky. What if I put my... Yeah, you can start to see that thing. What if we go third person? We stand up. What does it look like when we're in the water? When we go into that, that's when we start. Okay, all right, let's have a look. Can you see this on stream? Let's put this into full screen for me. Now, screen space reflections. Let's have a look. You might not be able to see it, but so the bow, as you come down, see how there's like a direct line that goes down, and then the same near just to the right of the head. Yeah, you should be able to see it on the stream. It should be visible, hopefully. I know it's only 720p, but it's definitely there. So that's an effect with the screen space thing, because it's trying to get around it. Now let's turn off screen space and see whether we actually get rid of that and whether I'm lying. No. So now we lose a lot of the reflection stuff, but it looks a lot better to me for starters. But I guess we're just missing a bunch of detail in the thing, so it's not reflecting what's on the screen, just what's already baked in the map. Which you can see there has like some sort of differences in that. But again, you're at least not getting that funny, border around your character going into the water. So let's have a look up here. Oh, we're dropping a lot of frames from our 60 cap, aren't we? What happens if we run it in 30 FPS instead? Let's go down 30 cap, show FPS, yep. F, apply. really feels ugly, doesn't it? Like, that just does not feel good at all. All right, let's try it with then the temporal anti-aliasing stuff, so the TAA, which I believe is technically the better looking of them. Our frame rate still feels very ugly. Like, playing a game like this just does not feel comfortable. There's something jarring about it. Well, let's make everyone sick and let's add on the motion blur. So you can put on screen space reflections because we're nasty like that. What's going on? I can't see anything. Oh, it's all action. Oh, motion blur. This is great. I love this. Curse the man who invented motion blur. Turn that off as well. Go like this. View distance quality. Let's go ultra. Let's see what that does. Do we tank our frame rate at all? So we would probably have to do a reset, but then again.